MacBook and check.
You want to go, Camilo? Mike?
Mic check, mic check. Let me see. Let me open it right here to see how it sounds.
Can you hear me?
You may create a bucle, but
Yeah, I was just going to go get my...
Welcome back to...
that was not.
What type of video is that?
Mic check, mic check. Oh! See, let me open it right here. No, it's perfect, it's perfect. My volume was too high. You may create a... Alright, you check real quick.
Go ahead. Where were you going? Where are you going back to?
Welcome back to...
That was not.
What type of video is that?
We're good. We're good. Alright, Osvaldo. Welcome to
my podcast.
Oh, thank you.
I was saying that's what you were going to say.
No, thank you. Thank you for your invitation, Osvaldo.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
No, but you invited me.
No, well, I got invited here.
No, you did not.
I'm just reading off the script right now.
There's no script. What are we gonna talk about today, Osvaldo? Since this is your podcast.
So, today I wanted to talk about specifically about the ongoing problems that we have.
Look, there's a lot going on.
I know we have Jesus over there. Jose's not here yet.
Well, first, how you guys doing? Check in with yourselves.
I don't give a shit. Do you think I give a shit, Osvaldo?
No, of course not.
There you go. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now.
In the office?
Especially in the office too. Whew, in the space too. Do you know that they're sending some things to the moon this year?
Oh, you know you can actually put your name?
I did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and it was in the NASA website, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did put my name into it.
It's one of Saturn's moons to Mars and to the sun.
Mortens who use marijuana are suffering from psychosis.
People are suffering from psychosis.
Yes, sir.
What type of psychosis?
I do not know. You want me to go deeper into this new?
Yeah.
Because drugs are something really concerning.
Drugs are things that change
Your brain,
your brain.
mainly.
But it depends on medicine changes your body.
Sometimes. Some medicines, because people are revealing things that are painfully obvious truths, but that others will never admit. Like, for example, the earth is flat.
Of course.
I can't believe people thinks the earth is a sphere.
The science is very, very flawed.
Dude,
It's there, but
me neither. It's like the Denver Nuggets losing yesterday night. That was a really bad loss. But look, in New York, there were some tunnels and
what?
people. They were walking in tunnels.
Tunnel people? Like people?
Yeah, they were making tunnels. Have you heard about it?
Was this for like drug trade?
Nobody knows.
Trafficking?
Maybe. Trafficking. Ashes.
Trafficking ashes?
Yeah, I think so.
Like dead people ashes?
I do not know what it is that they were doing, but they had tunnels under some. I think it was a church or something. No.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think about this rebuilding
We'll give
event?
the whole context.
I'm trying to give it to Osvaldo. For give it to me, Osvaldo. Was the contest of this new?
This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I don't
We talked about this before the podcast, Osvaldo. No, they found Jewish tunnels in New York.
So the Jewish were building these tunnels.
No, they were built already. They were just walking. They were just using them because these tunnels were built before. Apparently,
Right.
of course, they were not ready. I mean, of course, they were ready if they were using them.
Who built those tunnels?
I don't know, but it was a synagogue with legal tunnels, and now it's receiving emergency orders. And it was 60 feet underground. And they're saying it was used by Hamas.
But
The ones in New York?
Yeah, apparently.
But aren't they two different organizations?
See, I do not know about this, but it may be. But it was concerning because I saw this guy on Twitter that he was saying like a months ago that I'm listening, I'm hearing Jews walking under my house, and everybody called him crazy, and then they made him delete that tweet or Ets or whatever they call it now. Now he just posted, "You guys owe me an apology." I think we do.
Do you apologize yet?
No, but I will
Send your regards.
kindly. Kind regards. But not even that though. Did you watch Real Madrid game yesterday?
I did. Well, I only got to the point where it was 3-3, but then at that point, I got rudely interrupted.
By a client?
Yeah. So I had to leave.
Yeah, no. They were really special with Tony Kroos.
What was that? I know he posted afterward on X. That was very great. I would imagine that he's getting a lot of standing ovation.
He did.
Cheers.
He did once in the whole game, and when he fell after he was trying to kick the ball. But they were just booing him for the whole game.
What was that?
Maybe because he talked shit about their soccer.
But aren't they playing the same song?
I think so. But some people just don't get it.
Aren't they in the same city as well?
No, but they play in Saudi Arabia. Or whatever they play was over there in the Middle East. And, the public was mainly from the Middle East. So people from where they were playing at. That's why they were mad. Because he said their soccer is not... He said that it's not even worth it. He would rather retire playing for Real Madrid right now, or we're going to play at those leagues. Not even because just the money.
But isn't that the strategy?
What?
I think a lot of people are doing this, where you're still midway through your go over there, a lot of money back, and you.
See, here's maybe, but here's the interesting thing too that there's players going to play the Africa Cup of Nations.
Mm-hmm.
Just out of nowhere, they're just going to play with their countries right now. For example, Man United goalie, he just went. He went, so they don't have him anymore, and they're playing league matches right now. Same with Mohamed Salah. Like they just went.
But wouldn't at this point? Well, I guess it depends. Where it's like double.
Yeah, but I mean, here in the MLS, they've been paying good money too. The players to retire here. But over there, I think it's getting competitive. It's not as competitive. It's not as competitive as the La Liga in Spain.
Isn't Courtois?
No, you wish. He's not. Hugo Lloris from Tottenham.
Yeah.
Courtois is Real Madrid's
Yeah,
keeper.
that's true.
Another news. This one is very hard, and I want Jesus' opinion on it too. They are kicking out kids of their schools in New York, Jesus, to give them to the immigrants to sleep on them.
So they're kicking out kids out of public school so immigrants have somewhere to stay.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think that's crazy. Why the kids though? They're not going to school.
Then where the kids go? Staying.
They're playing Fortnite. They're trying hard. They're killing this. Another day, another victory for the OGs. Taking down the sweats. They're turning into sweats. See, that's the thing.
They're taking down the OG players.
Yeah, they're taking down the OG. That can be happening.
So the true question to this it would be is are we having the correct process for these new refugees, immigrants that are coming in? Because New York has always had a large amount of Latin American refugees in America. New York and Miami kind of been the capital for that. So what's the difference now? Is it too much? Are we not? You guys don't think we're going with the right process? Because that sounds. I mean, here in our city, we're building camps for them around the city.
There's actually one by Peoria.
There's one here across the street by the gas station.
Yeah, that's why behind the hotel, no?
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think are we going wrong about this? We just don't know what to do. There's just so much.
What do you think, Osvaldo?
I think there's a correct answer.
There is not.
I don't think there can-
I don't think it is a correct answer at all.
I think it's just gonna depend on what does the public want, what do you want, what is that you guys want?
What is that you want?
Well, I'm not. Like, I can't.
Yeah, completely do.
I can't say.
You come from immigrant parents. I don't want to hear it. Okay. So the best case scenario is to assimilate them to the best way so they can adapt to life, so they can add to it, progress, support their family, right? Best case scenario, that's what we all kind of want. And just through our personal stories, that's what we've been through. Maybe not as much as Osvaldo, but you know what I mean.
Got
Right?
that?
So how do we get to that? If we just, aside from whatever political ploys that they're going to try to use these people for, how do we assimilate them? How do we add them, integrate them into society, and give them a fair chance to succeed?
Well, going back to what you said, what do you mean political prowess?
Well, and we were talking this early off mic. I should not be speaking so much because I'm not on camera, but there's rumors out there because if you guys notice, we're not deporting these people. We're not deporting them because if it was any other immigrant, we'd be on buses and planes right now. But they're not deporting these people, and you got to ask yourself why. There's one rumor that says that there's a specific corporation that wants cheaper labor.
I heard that, yeah, but it's just because, since they're trying to cancel Venezuela completely, that's why they're,
Cancel?
like economically, politically, they're trying to cancel Venezuela. No, I don't know, maybe.
Social media way?
No, Venezuela is canceling their own social media. Because it's only national TV they want to be able to say the truth. But no, I'm talking about canceling them as a country. No. You're just trying to be Texas right now. No, canceling them as a country politically. So that's why they're trying to get them to come here. And as Jesus just said, maybe cheaper labor. Look at what happened in Miami with that new law. They just stopped working. They just stopped building houses. They stopped doing everything. Like mostly Mexicans, because over there they were the majority working in construction over there were Mexicans, and I'm not saying or later Mexican to illegal, but then all of the Latin or Latinos people over there were the ones working hard labor, basically impulsing the country.
What are they doing now? What happened?
That's because the thing is they have never been a sanctuary city. So they never care. They just kick them out. Everybody.
Because from what I remember is that a lot of people were saying a lot of fallout.
Yeah.
Houses weren't going to be built. Is that still the case?
I think it is. At least in Miami it is. It's been the case for the past year because they got scared with these new laws.
I know you've been to Miami recently.
Not recently. Yeah. It has been like We went last year, mid year, last year by Father's Day,
Mm-hmm.
and but the law wasn't like going. It wasn't running at that time.
Oh, it wasn't on yet.
It wasn't
Oh,
on.
okay.
It wasn't on yet. That's why I didn't see any big
Mhm.
difference. But I think Jesus is right. I mean, I do not see any other reason why they will help them that much. Like why them specifically?
You wouldn't say it is just your.
Just now?
Mhm.
Why? Why just now out of
Just,
nowhere?
just
Yeah.
Do you truly believe?
That's because I don't think he's being serious right now. To look at him. See?
No, no, no.
I got it.
It's okay. But if we really break it down, because there will be some of these Latinos that do assimilate, that do are successful, that do develop a career, have a family.
No, that's for sure. Yeah,
And they will, right? 'Cause
they will.
Camilo's an example of it, and many other Latinos are an example of its possibilities. But the majority of them are probably going to get used. And I had this to Osvaldo. It's funny how they're in a land that's not theirs, but they're still getting treated how their political people were treated them. Obviously, not as aggressively, not as of corruption up front, but they're getting tricked into something. Because if they're going to be used for cheaper labor, they're getting tricked. That's why they're getting treated so nicely right now. So, what do you guys think about that? That irony of coming for freedom, and then you're kind of being treated how the political people would treat you in your Latin country.
Anything's it's because anything's better than how is it that they were being treated over there?
Well, give us a little bit of context since you've lived in a Latin country with a like political state, not so. Oof.
That's racist. That's racist.
No, that's just facts.
No, Venezuela is a shitty country right now, and that's not new for anybody. Like they will not cancel me for saying this because they know it is. There's no way for them to even try to fix it or try to have a life over there. There's no point to it unless they win in dollars or they do something not legal. But there's no point to live over there. But the thing is, coming here, being treated or however they're treating them is always going to be better compared to how they were being treated over there in Venezuela. So I don't think they even care.
So I know the irony. Other. Well, I guess the irony is.
We rather kill 100 puppies or no. It's because the thing with them is that they're getting social security numbers and they're getting employment authorizations, and they will get 100% because they're getting asylum.
Yeah, so I think that the well, I guess the normal process that would be the normal. All
It will not be.
benefits.
It's not the natural process for.
Well, I guess a green card.
That's the thing. Not even they don't have. It's because with immigration, dude, Mexicans were the first ones to come to this country, like in big masses.
Mm-hmm.
They never got the chance, and they've been working their asses here for years. They've been paying taxes for years. I will say a usual Mexican works in construction because they make really good money. In 20 years, they'll pay like 500,000 in taxes in good 20 years. They don't have the chance.
But that was a little bit of the point that I think Osvaldo was going is that they're getting treated so nice, so the rug can get pulled from them. So they do become cheaper labor because it's so easy for them, like you were just saying, and like I was telling Osvaldo, for any other immigrant, it's a complicated process to even get to that point. And that was the point I was making. The irony is that they're getting treated so nice, so when they do need to be used for whatever cheaper labor or whatever political ploy, it's going to be easy because you already made them feel comfortable. You already
Wait.
feel like this is how it's supposed to be.
Did you ever check your mic?
Yeah, I did.
We good.
Yeah, we're good. But that's what I was trying to say, that it's so easy for them because they're about to get used, not in the best manner. Because any other immigrants don't get a social security off bat, don't get a worker's permit off bat, because as you were saying, Camilo, so it almost seems like they're about to get used for something. It just seems like that. 'Cause
But there's actually better. Like everything, as I was saying, everything is better than how they were living. So I don't think they care. And honestly, it is good money though, even though it's, let's call it, well, cheaper is the right word, but I mean it's not cheap if they're actually getting decent compensation. Everything is super super good for them because over there they were winning maybe $3 a month. That's they may abuse of that too. There's a lot, and I think they need to control it a bit more. The process, like the traffic of immigrants coming, is not controlled enough to know who's, like, what's the people coming in. Are they actually trying to come and do good, like trying to work and honestly win their bread, or they're just coming here to do whatever they want?
I don't know. Is before they get those benefits, is there any time or
There's an interview. What I know is that they come to Mexico and they get their appointment, and it's fair. Everybody deserves an opportunity, and that's okay. But then, what my point is, there's people that wants to use that opportunity for good, and there's people that don't even care and they just come here to do whatever they want, and that's dangerous, because it may become something similar to what was going on in South America whenever that started. Because for us, where I'm from, as you said, I used to live next to Venezuela.
that's what I'm gonna ask. What you know?
Oh no, we're pretty far from it. I mean, politically right now, I don't know. I left like 8 years ago. I don't know how things are going. I left like 3-4 years before that started to happen. And then whenever they're starting to migrate to Colombia and to Ecuador and to other close countries, everything became like dangerous. Like the safety of the city itself, it was not the same, because they were trying to get their bread however it was possible, even if it was robbing, killing, assaulting, the whole package.
Did Colombia?
At that point, well, of course, we weren't happy. I was here already, but my friends they weren't happy because, well, they were actually working for less. Of course, they were making everything dangerous. Like security was not the same. They were worried for like even walking on the streets. It was dangerous because everything will happen. And I'm what I say is not all of them. Like, certain people, like, is of course they're good people and they're good workers and they're so smart because education in Venezuela is good. But then some of them, they just wanna get whatever they want the easy way.
Was that a short term or long?
It was a short term. It's the same that is happening right here, out of nowhere. You will just see them on the streets,
So
and
those problems
till
or
today
they still go?
they're still going on. See, I don't have anything against it, and I may sound, yeah, or maybe a bad person, or maybe an egocentric one. But what have you been stopped at a light, and have they asked you to clean your windshield?
I've seen a few posts about it.
Post
do you
for
go
real?
outside?
What?
Do you go outside, Osvaldo? You don't go outside?
Are you
with the trees?
No, outside in life.
I do have a car.
And you haven't been offered for somebody to clean your windows.
I've seen people.
Do you go by Federal Almira?
No,
Oh, okay.
also on Dayton Street.
Yeah, that's for sure. They're everywhere as well, though. They're
Oh,
everywhere.
but you were saying.
And the thing is, that's unconscionable.
No, well, I guess I was kind of trying to make a lot of the posts have that New York verified that they've been forced to.
If they're forcing their kids, maybe. But who was forcing them to do that?
Well, themselves, like let's say.
Oh, just because life, just because they can't get a job. Because I mean, right now with the weather, construction, roofing, stuff like that is in
I
the
mean,
shortages.
Let's say you go up to stuff like that, they ask you, but they still do it, and then.
Oh, okay. Are they doing that already?
That's what I can't. I have not.
What's been your experience, Camilo, as far as dealing with these people?
Well, in Colombia, it was unconscionable. And it wasn't even them, us. I mean, there were some Colombians doing that at the time. Because that's the thing. That's something so usual over there. You get to the light, and then they will just ask you, decent ones. If you tell them no, I'm okay, they will not do it. The majority of them, they will just put the thing on your wheelchair, and then they start cleaning. And they're like, nah, dude, I don't have any money. And they will get mad if you tell them you don't have any money. And then if you tell them, but I told you to not to do it, and they will get so mad. So it is unconscionable. It shouldn't be happening. And it is unconscionable here as well. And again, I don't have anything against them. I don't have anything against them trying to build a life in a different place, because I did it. Well, maybe I was younger and I came to school. A whole different case, but shit, dude, it is unconscionable. It's because it hasn't happened to you yet. But hey, has it happened to you, Jesus?
Yeah, my experience, because I have to drive to the office. There's stop at Alameda, and then they stop at Alameda and Morrison, and Alameda and Feds. And then even on Colfax and Colorado Boulevard, there's some too. But my experience is they look at you and be like, and then I'd be like, no, and they just go to the next car. That's been my experience so far.
I didn't know that was happening already.
But it is awkward, and how you were mentioning it, it is behavior of a third world country type thing. Because of course we have homeless, of course we have beggars, but this is something a lot of people, maybe like yourself, Osvaldo, that haven't experienced it, and it's odd to see it in the first world country where you're like, damn.
What I have seen.
That's a reaction.
What I have seen is people with like ornament, and what I've seen. But they don't act aggressive.
They're just there, no?
They're just there, like with. They don't get mad at anyone. So I feel like that's what I'm used to.
See, but I didn't know they were getting mad already.
That's what I know. I can't say, but I have.
I'm gonna send you a video tomorrow, Osvaldo. I'm gonna send you a video.
It's because that's the thing that what Jesus just said. Like, because I'm from Colombia, so I do know what that's about. But I don't know. I don't want to say it like this, but a person that is from here, they will stop at the light and they will see that, and they'll be like, "What is going on?"
Well, not even. I have seen that like a year ago. They want Hispanic, but they want Hispanic.
But I don't think they picked that from here, though.
That's true.
Because it will never happen.
But that's the thing, though. Like, if other.
Because whenever there's a lot of people doing it, it becomes dangerous.
And we're used to drug addicts, we're used to homeless, we're used to beggars, and we're even used to the people on the side selling the little Valentine's bear, the flowers, right? Or even the fruit. Sometimes I've seen that too. But like, to ask to clean your window, like I said, it's a behavior of a very third world country type situation. This is not common. And I could only speak maybe for Colorado and maybe the West Coast, but I don't know what's going on in the rest of the cities. But it's just awkward because this level of behavior, this is different. This is not a homeless. This is not an addict. This is like somebody holding their kid asking you, "Can I clean your window?"
I know. I have a friend that says a
Yo,
month ago.
Osvaldo's mic a bit more.
About a month ago, I asked him. They wanted it. Initially, he said no, but the person was.
I know. And then you know what I heard too? You know what I heard too? They are making Home Depot buyers uncomfortable too.
Have they been going to schools?
No, they wait outside the Home Depot. Osvaldo, do you go to the streets? Do you ever do something outside your house on your job?
Like I've seen it on movies and stuff.
What? That's not even possible.
What Home Depot are you guys going to? Going to the ones around here?
The ones next to the Best Buy, by Tower.
Really?
Yeah.
I just went to that one. So,
There's people. Sunday at 6 p.m.
yeah.
God. No, they've been waiting outside the Home Depot.
Maybe in the mornings, maybe.
And they want them to give them a job. It's like yes or yes, like force them to give them jobs. And that's again, I may sound that that's just like I hate them, but I don't hate them. I had my chance back in 8 years ago. It was hard. It wasn't as easy as they're having it right now. But I was lucky. I had a family here, and it's different. It's different from you to come here and not having anything and being on the streets to have a family to help you and to have the option to actually go to school, learn the American ways, acculturate to it.
And become American, huh, Camilo?
Okay,
Listen,
I'll take that too. But damn, there's a lot of ways. You don't have to. See, I feel like it's because it is easy for me to talk, and I get that because I'm not in that situation. But then, if you come to a different place, you might as well try different things too. Not to do the same you were doing in your country. Hey, just try to. I know it's because if you put yourself in their shoes, what is it that they can do about it? What else do they know? The language may be a barrier. They don't have a car. It may be a barrier because they don't, or they don't know how to use public transportation. Because here it is super different. But then, what else can they do? How can they get their bread?
in some of the other posts that I've seen, again, I can't say. They were just saying these posts are the most traction because of how centralized they are. But they were saying that these camps were creating violence where getting certain places where they get housed are full, so they can't get in. They can't get housing. So at that point, they have to go and scrounge the neighborhood.
I've heard that too. I've heard that they were receiving rent assistance. Basically, I put it inside your mouth there.
Like this close.
Yeah.
Maybe me too.
No, you're good.
Okay, I'm good. So yeah, see, I try to see both. I try to understand both perspectives, if anything.
Well, let's put it in perspective, because there's always been refugees that come to this country aside from immigrants like Mexicans or other Latinos. Let's think about the Middle Eastern refugees and how we don't see them wiping windows. We don't, you know what I mean? So, what that goes back to the point I was trying to make originally. It just seems like these people are going to get used for a specific thing. It just seems like
They're bringing those patterns here,
yeah.
and those patterns are not good ones. Because what's next? What's next to cleaning windshields?
Some of them are already doing it. They're selling sex. So this is happening.
Remember, I don't know if I told you guys this joke, but we used to, and I'm so sorry. Let me just make a. It was My friends, I told you, like, I was here for 4 years when that started to happen in Colombia. And my friends they used to tell me, like, ven a casa 5 lucas. Remember I told you guys, they were selling themselves for $1
yeah,
sexually,
yeah.
for $1. If that happened over there, why is it that it won't happen here? I'm sorry, I love our Venezuelans brothers, but then that it's because it may happen. It may happen, and then as Jesus was saying, they have their kids in their hands, like they're holding her. I mean, oh my God, holding their kids by their hands, just so what? They can cause pittiness in you. They can make you sad and be like, oh shit, you know. What are they gonna start to do? Sending their kids to sell candy in the lights. That's what happens over there.
The thing I have seen is, again, not in. I haven't seen any Hispanic doing it, but I have seen other people using their kids. Like I've one stop.
The fake music one, right?
No, these are paintings.
Huh?
Like I think they're making child painting. Selling those.
I admire the creativity. That's not the way to do it here.
Because I've seen it the past few years with child painting, and of course, like it's different than just asking. And at that point, initially it was like 10. You get something in return. It's not. It is. They do have a kick at them, and that pettiness there. But recently, I've seen that it was gone up. Those paintings are like $60, $70.
See, but then they're trying to do things their way. And I think they need to adapt to the American way. Again, as Jesus was saying, that's not something we do here. That's not something we're used to. Everything but that. I was used to it because I come from it. But then you guys I don't know if you guys were. I don't think so. I don't think your college friends are used to it.
I was cleaning toilets, but I was never wiping random people's windows. That's for sure. You know what I mean? That's it. It just goes to show you, like, the original point is that it just seems that they're being used for what they're always being used for in the programming that they have from their country. Is that it just seems like a big ploy.
You're saying for cheap labor, baby.
I think so. The rumor is strong.
What other reason is there to do it?
They wanna be
Why?
deported.
Of course, like anybody else. Why aren't they separating families anymore?
So this is a point.
I mean, I say that like if that was a good thing. It was not a good thing. It was not a good thing. Hey, they're not doing it anymore, and there must be a reason.
So, one of the points I was talking with Jesus about was a lot of it is just political as well. So, a lot of it's political.
How can we keep going? Go.
It's political. It's political because a lot of them are going to Texas first. And in Texas, again, they have very stricter policies on stuff like this. So they basically send them out to receiving states. And Denver, well, Colorado being more Democrat, they are open, or they have, the perception is that they'll be open to that. So the perception basically is we have to be open, because if not, we're going to be seen as hypocrites because of the way we criticize Texas. We're not allowing them to stay. If we want,
Do we though?
What do you mean?
Who's criticizing Texas?
Well,
For that specific reason.
yeah, people do
You think so?
I've seen it. Yeah, people
Give an
do.
example. Osvaldo, give the country.
Did you criticize Texas?
No, well, I'm not saying.
I think you
me.
did. I think you did.
But I'm saying certain people can, or certain people that are, I guess, again, they don't see the effects of it, so they just see, again, how we explained, refugees wanting a better life. So that's all they see when people go to Texas. And again, we should all try to be nice to, of course. So the way they see it is that Texas is being mean. Texas is being mean and deporting everyone back and not giving everyone a chance. So what Texas did strategically was send them out to states and have them deal with it. So now, again, Denver being more Democrat or more progressive, liberal. In a way, they accepted everyone because, again, they don't want to be seen as, again, they criticize Texas and then they don't do what they say.
It must be cool, like, to give a chance to one of them to come here and talk to us. Do you guys know anybody? Yeah, that would be so cool because, see, we can talk all what we want, but we will never get their point because my case was completely different. Like, shit, I'm thankfully it was completely different. Even cause I'm not saying it's just Venezuelans, it's the Colombians too, dude. They're coming here a lot. Cubans, and I'm Colombian, and sometimes
Shout out to our Latin American brothers and sisters.
it is uncomfortable. I don't know why.
What do you mean uncomfortable?
I don't know. I don't feel weird. No, but that's not the case. The case is that some of them are coming here to do good, some of them are not. But then the fact that they're kicking out kids of their schools and they're not going to class anymore, that's overpassing the limit. Don't you guys think?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Camilo, because why are these people getting treated so nice and why is the process being made so easy? Why?
Because my boy Osvaldo will work for $15 the hour. So just he will do it. No, it has to be cheaper.
No, 18.
Okay, 14 the hour.
It has to be less
14.
than that.
It has to be less.
14 an hour for Osvaldo. He will do it, guys. See, look at him. He has a body. He knows how to work construction.
I do.
He got it. The thing is,
Yeah, it just seems weird, man. It's just everything about how they're getting treated is just strange. Why is the immigration process so easy for them? Why are they being allowed? Why are they not being? Why is Texas not deporting? And they're the reddest of the reddest, because Arizona, Texas, they'll get gone, right? So it just seems strange, and I wish, because I do believe that they deserve an opportunity, just how I've had one, my family has had one, to make something in this country for better themselves and bring themselves up. But it just seems like they're gonna pay a really high price for it.
you think so?
Yeah, man. When you just get a green card, a worker's permit, not even a month in the country, come on, bro. There's a payment for that.
I mean, the fact that they will never go back to their countries, like in 5-7 years, maybe the price to pay. But in their case,
But then what about their kids? Like, think of it. Like, let's say they end up having kids. They're the ones that are going to benefit.
no. How about the ones that brings kids that are 5 or 7 years old? They will not get work permits.
No,
Will they?
but there's a higher chance of them being young, and it's like with the DACA kid. I don't know if you have any.
And that's even unfair for DACA persons. I mean, shit, like they never got it that easy. And then,
No, and that's true, and that's where you start thinking, because even though whatever my process is, me being a DACA kid, it hasn't been easy and it sucks and whatever, and I have to wait or whatever the case may be, but I wouldn't take the green card or the work permit just like that, because knowing me, I'd be like, what is behind this? What are you really trying to sell me? What am I here for? What's the point of you just being so nice to me?
the beauty of capitalism.
We should get a DACA recipient on the podcast.
I know that would be so interesting, like to talk to that person and
We
Yeah,
can
get
its
their
experience
perspective on
itself.
definitely get one. Yeah. Watch, I'm gonna work on that. We're gonna have them so they can tell.
The DACA or the South immigrant?
No, American DACA kids don't matter
What?
right now.
What? Yeah, there. Yeah, there was a little.
No, but we could definitely get either him or her, and they can sit down and we can walk, see their experience because it just it just seems a cloud of confusion. It's strange.
We may not even know what is that they're really asking them for. You know, all I know is that they leave their country, they do whatever to get to Mexico. Not good ways to travel, of course, and it's not even. There's a lot of South Americans doing the same thing, and they're not doing it. They're not doing it the right way. But
wouldn't you say everyone's an immigrant?
oh yes, but we weren't that lucky, I guess. See, it's because that's the thing. We do not know what is that they go through to get here. What is that they do to get here? I'm pretty sure that's hell itself. Because again, they do not take a plane in the majority of cases. They do a lot of things that they're not good. They're not even decent enough. So they do deserve a payback for their efforts, I guess. But as Jesus is saying, there's must be something behind it for sure. Because this country is not that easy as they're having it.
Especially as an immigrant, you're
Especially
not
as
just
an
getting Social Security because you showed up. Nah.
What type of work did you have to do
For what?
for your
For my work?
yeah, for your
As a
status?
DACA kid?
Yeah.
I had to wait, man, and stay out of trouble. That's what I had to do. Just had to wait and stay out of trouble. And get harassed by police when I showed them my Mexican credential. Like, this is not real. You're telling me your fake name. No, bro, my name is Jesus. I'm just not in the system. I had to go through all that and just sit low and not exist and not drive until I was 20 something.
Plus, they pay a lawyer fee every 2 years.
Do you?
Yeah, Homeland Security, they want everything. Bro.
They have to renew it as well.
Yeah. But just earlier, Camilo, you were also speaking about what was going on in Ecuador. I was not aware, and it looks like
Oh yes.
So give us a little context on that.
Oh, I'm not sure about it, but then I think the narcos are taking over one of their cities, Guayaquil, I think. But they declare a civil war actually already.
Ecuador?
Yeah.
Alright.
They send the army to patrol the streets, and is that how you say it?
Yeah, you're saying it right. Yeah.
To patrol the streets, and
Mhm.
there's like actual army guys walking in the streets just to make sure that they're not doing crazy stuff. But yeah, no, they're kidnapping people.
Why did this happen? Wasn't Ecuador one of the safest
Yeah, I was. I'm telling you, I'm not so sure about it, but then it is happening. I think they're trying to talk to the president to change things. I don't know what things they want to change. That's not the right way. They're recording videos killing people in really bad and descriptive and sadistic ways.
Because from what I've seen, again, I can be totally wrong on this, but I had seen that the president had somehow made some type of threat to, again, gang members. So what ended up happening is that all gang members ended up joining forces.
Yeah, because there's a lot. Yeah, that's true. That
so
maybe
all the gang members ended up joining forces, and that's how they ended up taking. Again, they took down a news station, basically stopped it halfway and like took over, and like kidnapped, again, how you said, military people, and were making them speak.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
demands.
Oh, you have
Mhm.
watched the videos then.
Mhm.
Those are not cool. Yeah, they're trying to talk to the president to cancel some things or to make changes. But I think it is a crisis. It is not good. People they have to stay in their houses because it may be dangerous. They may not make it back. Classes are canceled. There's just a lot going on, and seems like it is a civil war that is gonna change the.
Because I had seen a lot of content creators from Ecuador basically saying that they're gonna move, that they're leaving, that they're gonna go to another country.
They may have to.
And again, that's because again they're able to do it now because they have the resources. But again, look at people that don't have resources. What are they going to end up doing? Are they going to take the same paths the Venezuelan people have taken, and also lead to a situation where we're at now, where instead of Venezuelan people we have Ecuadorian people, or do we have a mix of both?
It's uncertain because again, I do not know for sure. But what I do know is that it's not normal for Ecuador to be going through something like that. As you were saying at first, they were one of the safest countries in South America, and with an unstable economy. You know, they use the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different dollar, but it's the Ecuadorian dollar. They were doing good. Even soccer ways, they were doing good. Actually, I mean, things changed from the night to the morning. So it was a drastic switch of situations. But I do not know for sure what is it that they're fighting for.
I think it is all recent. I feel like
I think it's probably in the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Past maybe.
For the past days,
Yeah.
past 5 days, they just
So fresh.
took over the city, and then they were killing soldiers, and they were
Mhm.
killing police officers. They were killing citizens, just civil people. They didn't care. They're low. They're low people. The people doing it, the narcos, they're low profile people. They don't care. They will do whatever. So
Because I know they were having prison riots and basically taking over the prisons.
imagine that was happening too.
So again, basically, it's like Ecuador's in like a lose-lose scenario. Like, I think there's very little they can do now unless they succumb to whatever the gang members are wanting. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like less rules, and even at that point.
I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's not okay, and it's not the right way, like to protest. I guess that what I think is that they're basically protesting to get something from the government.
Mm-hmm.
They're just killing people. That is not making any sense because they're killing innocent people. What is that's gonna get them? Nothing.
Do you
President-
have any idea how it was that I think it was El Salvador that was able to fix their situation they were in?
Yeah, you know that. You know the idea too as well. So yeah, the president he became super strict
Mm-hmm.
against gang members and delinquentes. I don't know.
Delinquents.
We can speak
Delinquents.
Spanish, Camilo. We speak Spanish. It's fine.
Yeah.
We are in USA.
Yeah.
US of
That's
A.
our new
Yeah.
show right there. Habla español.
US of A. US.
That's gonna be
This is the
new
first
show
time
right
I hear like that. US of A. Oh, that's crazy. Delinquents, if anything. Thank you, Miss Morales. So he was just not having mercy
Mm-hmm.
to them, and it worked.
What did he end up doing with them? Like, were they all just thrown in jail?
Yeah, but under non-human circumstances.
What do you mean?
Not good food, not good clothes, not good beds.
Because there's been some videos floating around of just like a cage full of people.
There you go. Not human circumstances. So
And
they're not under good living conditions.
from what I've seen as well is that you might just have they'll arrest you even just for having ties to the gang members.
You know, sometimes I think you need to be like that to
Maybe
clean,
overly strict.
completely,
Mm-hmm.
or to kill a play completely.
But what if they weren't? Like, what if they were just associated, but they never did anything wrong?
Then they may be able to prove it later on.
But what if that's not happening?
Then it is unfair. I will accept that it is unfair. Sometimes things need to happen. And look at them right now. They're doing excellent. They're safe. Their streets are safer too. Their politics are improving. This president is doing good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better to treat criminals as criminals than to pay them to stop being criminals.
What would you say about countries like again like Northern European countries where instead of putting them in prisons, they'll put them in kind of like in a hotel where they can't leave the hotel, but they have human or better standard of living.
That's just crazy to me. Shouldn't be happening like that.
From what I've seen in those countries, their rehabilitation process are high, where offenders can after they've served their sentence, they're less likely to initiate another offense.
There must be a certain level to determine or to put a line
Mm-hmm.
in the middle and be like, okay, you're good, you get a chance. You do not.
Because even murderers were getting that treatment.
That's why, and it may help, but then, what's the percentage of success though?
That's true.
Like, is it really working? Like, is it really worth the risk? At that point, that's where you need to put the line and be like, nah, you know what, this is not worth it. Let's just clean the country. This is not working.
I see. Because the initial research on that was that it was high. But again, these are, we can't know the exact circumstances, but it could be, like, in a case where it's murder, it could be more of a accidental murder or emotion, like, let's say you got cheated on or something, versus more organized crime or organized murders, more present in gang members.
It's because there's always different circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Because hey, I know it may sound dumb. But, oh, okay, I killed my friend by accident because I was showing him my gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this guy that have killed 20 kids and raped 20 women, and he has tattoos on his face, and it doesn't have a soul anymore. At that point, I don't think that person deserves a chance. Even though, if we talk about Christianism, everyone deserves a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, under what circumstances? At that point, they need to change something. There's no way. There's no coming back from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this Colombian guy I was telling you guys about, Garavito. There was not in earth something to make that guy a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
After killing more than 200 kids, you don't have a soul at that point. I mean, there's pathologically, I guess there must be a mental disease that allows you to do that without even feeling
any remorse,
that or sadness or hey, feeling bad for kids, families. There has to be something in the mind of those people. But if anything, nah. See, there has to be a point where no, as you were saying, if there's no proved percentage of success, I don't think it's worth the risk.
So what you're saying is the process happening in El Salvador should be applied everywhere else.
Would you rather treat criminals as they're treating them in El Salvador, or you rather Colombia paying guerrilleros to not be guerrilleros anymore and giving them a political place, giving them voice, giving them money, giving them a place to stay? What do you rather do?
So at that point, I feel like it would also depend on the circumstances. Like, where is your country at right now? Because I feel like Salvador, they for sure were or had tried other measures that weren't working.
I don't think they ever tried anything. But yeah, no, you're right.
Because I think from what I have seen is, I think, the president has been super strict. And well, I'm pretty sure that's the first time the president has been strict, I guess, in those matters.
Yes, I think, yeah.
That and again, how you're saying it's actually working. So it's like, how far does the country need to go or fall for more drastic measures to kick in?
My opinion, whatever works for them, like at the point where they see good results. That's how far they need to go. Because again, if it's because that's the thing with governments, and I do not know how governments structures work. I don't know what is that they even try to do in their I don't know how to say the period time where they,
Governance.
yeah, the period governance time. I don't know if they actually try something or they need to pass it by. Of course they do by the Congress or whatever. But whenever they try, and it works, that's good.
Mhm.
That's to the point they need to get to. Like I think.
So going back to you, how was Colombia, I guess, quote unquote, fixed?
It was never fixed. That's
It
the
was
thing.
never fixed.
No.
Or
See, I was
better,
drunk. I was drunk whenever that happened. The peace sign, whenever the peace sign happened,
Mhm.
I didn't understand what was going on. I had a class where I had to read it, but it was too long, so we never did. Like as an assignment, it never
Mhm.
happened. But it was never fixed because basically they just they gave guerrilleros impunity, so they were basically innocent.
Mhm.
Like for all their crimes, nothing happened. Like as nothing never happened. So that's why it was never fixed.
What were the crimes?
They were guerrilleros. They were guerrilla. They were killing people, raping women, kidnapping,
Mhm.
destroying families,
An organization outside of the government.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
basically. And then they came out innocent a part of that.
So how did that end up bettering things,
It
or
didn't.
didn't?
I don't think it did. I mean, yeah, the guerrilla stopped. Like that's how you say guerrilla. They stopped. They're not organized anymore, even though they're groups.
What was it that caused them not to stop?
That caused them not to stop.
What caused them to stop? Basically,
That they were innocent.
but that's it. But
Impunity.
but I feel like at that point, like if you are committing crimes, like I feel like that's more of like what you're used to. You're not just gonna stop out of nowhere if you're like in an organized crime.
I don't. Well, I guess some people stop because they got money too from the government,
Okay.
like monthly
I see.
installments,
Okay.
like for them to reintegrate into life.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them didn't want to stop, so of course it kept going.
Yeah.
Not as organized as it was before, but it kept going. There's groups for sure. Again, I will have to ask one of my Colombian friends that they know a lot about this.
And
But-
please correct me, Camilo, but originally these guerrilla groups were formed to create a revolution.
Yeah,
Since
that
the
will.
80s.
The acronym was FARC, and in Spanish is Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia.
Say that again?
Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
They took the capital in Bogota, capital city. They took the capital. They stole the Simón Bolívar's sword. They stole that because that's the way they wanted to start the revolution.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was a revolution at all.
So they turned from being the saviors to the enemy.
I think they never had their ideas clear enough to
They were not
actually be
organized enough.
saviors.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe there were, but again, I came here. I was
Mhm.
15. Shit, I'm not aware of the whole thing. Then history says that they were never trying really to change things for good, or to improve things
Mhm.
or the situation. I think again, I will have to ask one of my friends and be like, "Hey, do you?" Because they know a lot about it. 'Cause they, well, I don't know. I always think about my life, and maybe I will be a different person if I will have stayed over there.
Mm-hmm.
You really think so, Camilo?
Yeah, dude.
Give
You're the one telling me this every time.
No, well, but one thing is my observation in our connection as friends, but what would be different about Camilo if he was in Colombia?
No, there's no way for me to even suspect in which ways I will be different. But I think, yeah, of course, like shit, I have changed a lot.
I guess normal. Like you're living a completely different life at this point.
Oh yes, dude, I got mad because the Nuggets lost, and I was about to cry seeing
He's
the.
about to throw a fit like a good American.
Dude, I was so mad watching fucking Jamal Murray not doing shit and defense. Dude, I will defend better. But then this guy, DeAndre, he came out and said that they underestimated the Utah Jazz, and he basically said they kick our asses because we underestimated them. So I was so mad. So yes, I in my 10th, 8 to 10 years old, I will never. I think I will have never imagined myself watching a basketball game and getting mad at it.
So if you were in Colombia right now, you wouldn't even care.
I wouldn't even give a shit. So once I got here, even in high school, though, I started to get into basketball. That's what I used to play during my lunches.
Yeah, of course.
What is that? Of course, supposed to mean?
No, well, that's what everyone does.
Just because I went to MLK,
That's
Osvaldo?
That's the American life.
Just because I went to MLK, what is that supposed to mean?
It's the American life. That's what you play during lunch.
It is. I used to ask this guy. His name was Michael. For the basketball for lunch, because he'll take it to school, but he'll never use it. So I would just ask him like, hey, can we use it real quick during lunch? I promise I will see my Colombian innocence. I thought he was going to say no because he was going to think that I was going to give it back.
Yeah.
But no, he was like, yeah, here you go. I was like, dude, I promise you I will give it back to you, dude. Like, hey, I will, because we used to have a class before lunch and after lunch. Then after lunch, I think it was English 99, English 199. So I would just give it back to him. And he was a cool guy. I have him on Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just that back in the day, my English wasn't this good.
Have you ever thought of giving him a basketball back?
I did Osvaldo every day after lunch. We used to close this podcast, guys.
So yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to get to so we can wrap it up. And the reason why we're having these conversations because we do care about our fellow Latin Americans, brothers and sisters, and we want the best for them. Just how we've had the opportunity to make a life for ourselves here. So to end in the positive note from you two gentlemen, from your humble opinions, what's the best case scenario for these group of people that have been removed from their home in their country? What's the best case scenario from your humble opinions?
Best case scenario is basically we just all come together as one. We just need to understand that we are all living. We all are just trying to exist.
We're all human beings.
Of course.
We need to understand our scenario. We need to read the country we are at. And we need to act to adapt. Not to bring... I mean, I embrace my culture to a certain point. I embrace what I was. I embrace what I got from it. But then I adapt to a new culture. Maybe a lot. Yes.
As you should.
Yes. But the thing is, we cannot expect to act the same if we are not at the same place. And I want to close this podcast with that quote. No, it's not even a quote. With that phrase. If we come to a different place.
Dilo en español.
Okay, si venimos a un lugar distinto, tenemos que actuar de forma distinta. No tiene... Huh?
Very nicely put.
Say it in Spanish.
Dun, 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 dun.
Very nice.
Say it in
You guys
Spanish.
can see who's the real American in the room. Y bien rápido, ya para cerrarlo, gracias a los 6 que nos vieron, yo creo que llegamos a 7. A Liliana Perez, saludos a Katzinsila. Hey, by the way, co-stream Katzinsila, new track coming soon, new video dropping soon.
I've been feeling that I turned into a monster. I feel like I'll never want to give up.
You can stop reading the teleprompter.
Oh yeah? You think that's what I'm doing, Osvaldo? You think this is scripted?
Alright guys, peace.
Peace.